Today, we're going to test two different myths about spatchcock chicken. Number one, if you spatchcock a chicken, does it cook faster? And number two, does it result in crispier skin?
If you aren't familiar with spatchcock chicken, it's where you cut along both sides of the spine to remove it from the chicken, and you crack the breastbone so that it lays flat. The idea is that this will help the chicken cook faster and expose more skin to the heat. I started off with two nearly identical chickens. Both weigh within an ounce of each other, so that the weight difference doesn't affect the time it takes to cook. One's whole, the other one is spatchcocked, and I treated them both the same way by patting them down with paper and covering the skin with salt. Then I covered the chickens with the Thyme and Garfunkel Rub made from parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme with a little paprika to color the skin. The full recipe for the rub is down in the description below, and this rub is good because it goes well with almost any kind of food. I set up the charcoal grill for indirect cooking at about 350 degrees Fahrenheit and put both chickens on the grill at the same time. Now, raw spatchcocked chickens are a little bit more fiddly to get on the grill, so just make sure that they lay flat.
Now, since barbecues don't always have the most even heat, I'm going to repeat the same test with two chickens in the oven as well and compare the results.
I checked the temperatures at different points during the cook to see which one was cooking faster. Then I waited out the time until they were both finished. After about an hour and a half, it was time to take the chickens off. Now the whole chicken left some skin behind, but I think the results still speak for themselves. Both chickens came out with perfect color and crispy skin all around. Now the whole chicken didn't do as well since it left some of the skin behind, and that happened in several of the tests that I did. But the rest of the bird turned out great, and it had crispy skin all around, just like the spatchcock chicken.
So now I've repeated this process 3 times, once on a charcoal grill, one in the oven, and one on a gas grill that you didn't see, and each time the results were perfectly consistent. So it didn't matter which method we used. In all 3 experiments, whether it was on the convection oven, the kettle grill, or on the gas grill, both chickens finished within 2 minutes of each other. You might assume that the spatchcock chicken always finished first, but that wasn't the case either. And even with only a couple of minutes in between them, it really isn't significant enough, it doesn't matter, so it comes down to preference. So which method am I going to choose? I go with the spatchcock chicken every time. I prefer the crispier skin and the fact that you don't have to worry about losing the back skin. But if you don't like that, you can do it any way you want, because in the end it doesn't really matter. Either way, you can end up with a pretty good chicken. Now, the one goofy thing that I found about spatchcock is I think it's interesting they say that the thighs cook faster, but in every chicken I've ever cooked, the thighs cooked faster anyway, and so I point the breast towards the heat to be able to get a more even cook. So if you're new here, hit subscribe, and if one of your friends says that spatchcock chickens cook faster, share this video with them and see if you can change their mind.
And just in case you were wondering, these chickens made great chicken pot pies.